Now, at least half of Jamaica's population is reeling from the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. And with sporting competitions on the island on pause, it is to be noted that many athletes have been affected, especially student athletes in Western Jamaica. In part one of this story, we look at the psychological impact on them, as well as the rest of the island.
The emotions that follow the scale of disaster, the likes of Hurricane Melissa, can leave a lasting impression that shape lives forever. According to sports psychologist at the University of the West Indies, Dr. Olivier Rose, the healing process will be slow, tedious, and emotionally charged.
The healing process is one that cannot be rushed. It's not a sprint, it's not a cross country, it's an entire nation that is being impacted. Even if you were not directly impacted, there is what's called secondary traumatic stress or a vicarious stress that you also experience even though you have not been directly exposed to the trauma. And by the time you make the trip to the affected parishes, you become also very much impacted, including the persons in the diaspora who also would be watching and receiving various clips and may be feeling so helpless during this time.
Dr. Rose notes there will be long-term psychological effects from this catastrophic event.
Effects can result in post-traumatic stress disorder. That's why it's very important for persons to seek support now, talk to each other, just find out and check in with people, even though you're providing supplies, just find out how they're doing.
However, she says that some of the student athletes affected already know certain coping techniques that can also help others as well.
Part of helping an athlete to mentally prepare for competitions include a combination of techniques depending on the extent of the anxiety that they experience, right? So some of them already, thankfully, would have had these toolkits, which includes grounded technique, progressive relaxation, mindfulness, and other types of anxiety reduction techniques such as, breathing exercises, meditation.
Dr. Rose admits there are persons who use laughter to get them through and says it's not a denial of their reality.
It's a protective coping mechanism. It's not denying that something has existed. It's just that some people, especially when they tell you these stories, like I heard a story of a man who said that, his host was behaving like a flight and he did not book that ticket, so he was not going to go on that flight and he jumped off. And even though I'm telling the story, and I can smile at how he said it when you listen further, he had lost a lot.
Meanwhile, she is urging persons not to take on too much all at once.
Whilst you may not be exposed to this, I'm encouraging persons just also to sometimes just take a deep breath away from all of what's going on, because it can be very overwhelming and it also can heighten anxiety, especially when you can't hear from family and friends. And always remember that you are not alone.
And Dr. Rose says despite all that is lost, she has every faith that Jamaicans will rise to the occasion in the rebuilding process.
And one that's going to take the resilience of the community, a cultural resilience that is very much evident in the spirit of the Jamaican people.
Now in part two, we look at the ways the sports can lift a person's spirit and be used as a tool for humanitarian aid. Denise Walters for TVJ Sports.